Across the continent of Greater Banya, peoples of all walks of life share a common sense. A sense that something is approaching. What it is remains a secret to most, but they can feel it. Rumors of sickness spread in the south. A mountain flies in the west. An army of living flame marches through the desert sands, leaving a line of glass as their trodden path. Yes, these are the troubles set to welcome a god into this world. Behelit, the lidless eye, god of the searing light. She approaches and will not be deterred. However, a few know of her coming and prepare. A deadly and cunning thief, a champion of the mountain tribes, a cleric of chaos, a brilliant artificer, and a scarred soul whose past is catching up with him. Can these individuals save the rest? Can they kill a god? Can they save their friend? Can they each finally find a home? Let us together read the final chapters of these heroes.
Hello, friends. We're back as Ghosts and Dragons, a stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to nipper my friends in the bum. I'm Andrew Gilbert, he, him, and tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is Galway playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Everybody. Galway pronouns he, him, or they, them, and I play Caloran Charity of family, whose pronouns are he, him.
Adam playing the Hefling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hi, everybody. Yes, Adam here. I use they, them, or he, him pronouns, and I am pleased as punch to be playing Burbage Kemp, who uses he, him pronouns.
Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi, I'm Lena. My pronouns are she, her, and Stormbringer's pronouns are also she, her.
Rachel playing the Gnomish Artificer Clem.
Hi, I'm Rachel. My pronouns are she, her, and Clem's pronouns are also she, her.
Sam playing the mystical thing, rogue-ish tiefling. We're not positive yet. Ire.
Yeah, hi. Oh, and Andy, what was this about all of us getting our buns nipped? I'm intrigued.
Sam's very interested.
Well, it's a night of wonders. And one wonder more. Darcy playing the tiefling cleric Hikari.
Hey there, I'm Darcy, and my pronouns are they, them. Hikari's are she, hers, and I want to say hi to all my drag queens out there. Woo, woo!
All right. Get some love for the drag
And
queen.
drag queen, and also drag kings. Sorry.
Great. I'm very happy to give some love. And we're about to play Dungeons and Dragons. This is a live recording of the podcast Goats and Dragons, and we have a couple of podcast feeds that you can listen to if you'd like, wherever you find your podcasts. And Goats and Dragons is one, and we also have Helpful Goat Presents, where we play like shorter campaigns and one shots, and there's several major amazing stories in these kind of interlocking campaign GM'd by Galway in the world of Tyr. And those are amazing. We have that as well. We also have Dom and Dragons, the 25 episode kind of short campaign where we played with actor Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings. And that was GM'd by me, and it also takes place in this world in which our players are about to go into once again. We're also affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And we have a couple of commands in chat that we should go over. One is !merch, which allows you to get linked up to the merch page, buy some Helpful Goat merch, represent your love of the stream and us. And it's a fun way to support us while also getting something in return that can help you in your fandom. There's an ! KO-FI or coffee. That will get you a link to our coffee page where if you'd like to support us a little bit more directly, you can do that. And for like a cup of coffee or something, money that way certainly also helps us do whatever we need to do to put on these shows. It helps us pay for podcast fees. It helps us pay for the amazing what are they called? Shit. Overlay. There it is. Overlays that like Galway puts together for us. Stuff like that. It's important to us to do this as well as we can, though, hey, it's us. We're not going to be professional about it. But that's a bit of our charm, I think. And if for some reason you like us and want to hang out with just us and our wonderful community, ! Discord in the chat. And that'll get you linked up to our Discord page. We also have ! Donate, one of the more important ones, I think. Galway, do you mind speaking on that a moment? Or
Yeah. ! Donate takes you to our support for the Trevor Project benefiting LGBT in America. As always, we encourage you, if you have the time and energy, check that out. Check them out. Check out the work they do. And if you're feeling particularly motivated to do so, see if you can find a local charity benefiting some communities, because donations there result in a lot more direct service work, as well as those charities usually have a harder time fundraising.
Definitely. Yeah. Does there happen to be a poem in the chat?
No,
Okay.
I think Chelsea's working.
Nice.
Fair. Hey, yeah, that happens. Yeah. So like just a quick note, because God, I don't want to dwell on this. This is our first playthrough after the election. We know that especially people in our community are affected by this decision. It's kind of rough on everyone. I think all of us are exhausted and tired, and literally, in the case of Galway, just sick. Which, again, by the way, thank you for playing, friends. Because also, it's really nice to get together with your friends and have power in like telling a story and working together toward a common goal. And like I don't want to feel like super idealistic and naive about stuff, but like that's how we make stuff better. Stuff is not going to just get better on its own. I would love to say that it's not a big deal. We don't have to worry about it. We do. But through working together with your friends, through meaningful action, through paying attention, that's what makes stuff okay. And on our part, if we can just let you forget about your troubles for a little bit and allow you to jump into our narrative, and just kind of get lost in these wonderful characters that these individuals have created and work really hard on, then awesome, great. Anything we can do to help. And also, if you're watching this or listening to this and you just kind of feel just downtrodden by everything, please join our community. It's such a fucking supportive community. These people are amazing. Not just my players, of course, which they are, but like also the, just the everyone. in the community. We have a pretty strict no asshole policy, but like there are none. Like they don't like hang around long because they're not cool like we are. So yeah, it's something to kind of give it a try. And then again, that's !Discord in the chat can help you with that. Yes. To that end, I would like it if we could jump into tonight's session with a bit of a recap of what happened last time. So, friends, if you remember, after the giant fight with the warden in this ancient dwarven prison, you left Splash and Toro and Anton in order to keep venturing further into this cavernous, twisty-turny, maze-like city that once was, in search of a man named Ponway, an incredibly powerful wizard who was given at one point the title of High Priest of Ryn, one of the major deities that is worshipped in this city named Federo. The reason you're looking for Ponway is because it seems like he might be your best avenue toward finding this artifact that is called Hellfire. Hellfire for this group is going to be great for a couple of reasons. One, it's the only thing that seems like it could save your friend, who is trapped in ice in the city of Cliffmill. And also, with what seems like it's inevitably about to come into this world, a god. This is one of the very few things in existence that can banish and kill a god in the material world. It's incredibly important. Federo is probably where it is, but Pone would know best. And while one of the adventurers here tonight knows exactly where Ponway is, no one else does. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. But now, the family had trekked back into the heart of this ancient dwarven city. And as they did, they came upon a creature, intelligent yet terrifying, that was eating a fresh corpse. But the noise being made to communicate and investigate that situation called to them a bunch of these horrors of rot and decay, these incredibly large trolls.
Now recording.
Hello. These trolls that are emanating a necrotic energy that just drains the life force of the family whenever these things are hurt. And as if that wasn't bad enough, you've also drawn the attention of a vampire and his spawn, who, for the moment, seem amused at the troubles you've gotten yourselves into. And as that is happening in the city of Federo, somewhere much further east of here, in the aforementioned town of Cliffmill, a quiet hamlet, or at least it once was, on the Bavalian coast, nestled between surrounding hills, a small bay to attract water trade, forests, idyllic in many ways. That's where we're going to begin tonight's story. Smoke, dense and hot, stings the eyes of those on the eastern wall of Cliffmill. facing the forest, and beyond that, the wide sea that curves south. An anxious guard covers his mouth and his nostrils as a hand, the hand of Sir Beneventura, claps him on the shoulder. And this old, gray-bearded warrior pulls up his own scarf like he's done many times when encountering smoke and fog on the battlefield. He squints his eyes and says loudly, "Steel your lungs, my friends. This will get worse before it gets better." Behind him, two figures, elderly, even for elves, have eyes unmoistened, breath unmarred. They look to Beneventura, and he reassures them. "She'll be here in a moment." And as he turns back, looking at the smoke and fog mixed in front of him, there are voices or screams somewhere from the road to the northeast. Beneventura moves quickly along a hastily made stone ramparts, pushing past a few of the armed townsfolk, and he is met at the gate overlooking the road by a small halfling named Avery and Arbin. They're staring out into the gray curtain in front of them. And the noises just hold for a moment, as do the breath of those trying to listen. And then Beneventura asks, "What was that? Was that travelers on the road?" But Avery doesn't answer. His gaze is fixed, terrified at the prospect that he fears. "Who would still be on the road now?" And Avery says, I know who's on the road. I can't. And then he calls further down to the ramparts, "Oi, Pelletov!" And the elderly couple move impossibly fast. A blast of air sort of flicks up the curls of that kemp as they arrive. "Oh, can you do anything about your smoke?" And without even a nod, the two figures leap off the stone protections, light on the ground, and then reveal their true forms. Two ancient, massive white dragons. Their pale scales nearly disappear at times in the thick haze, even just 20 feet from the walls. And then all around this area feel that concussive force. Their ears pop at the change in pressure as gigantic wings beat in unison, and then the smoke in front of them dissipates several, maybe a couple 100 yards, and the two figures revert back to their elderly forms. Avery leans on the stone with his one arm, even leaning over the ledge, hoping that just a few inches might show him something, let him hear better. But it's Arbin behind him that points out the first blood-covered halfling emerging from the smoke, silently limping. And at this, Avery is over the wall, And Benaventura shouts, "Hold!" knowing that these words are not for Avery. These are for the guards on the wall that see one of their leaders bolting into the mist. They're just rooted in place by this word. Though honestly, their desire to run up with abandon into the gray is lacking. And then one by one, shadows, small shadows, halfling-sized shadows begin to appear. And the sounds of choking and wheezing and cries, the cries of an entire caravan, mixing up, lost in the fog in front of them. At this, the guards of Cliffmill begin to call out to these wayward, scattered people. So, over here, come this way. Hey, this way. Avery doesn't listen to this. He's dashing fast, hoping to find the origin of a lot of these stumbling travelers. What's left of a caravan that was supposed to arrive today. Arbin follows, swinging down from the small gatehouse onto the path and sprinting after him. And a soldier, sir, do we follow? Benaventura shakes his head. He stares out into the smoke. And he just says, my gods. And the soldier follows the gaze of Benaventura and what he's looking at. Then the sound of hoofbeats. Behind them, in the city, and then in a blink of an eye, Aideen leaps up, stands tall atop the walls. She surveys the scene for a moment. Somehow her eyes look like they can pierce through this gray smoke. She asks, Benaventura? And his stare is broken by her commanding voice, and he makes eye contact, and he just sort of furrows his brow. And he points in the direction that he was looking, and she now sees what he saw. To the east, streaks of orange lighting up this diffused, hazy orange in the smoke. Aideen calls down to the side of the gate, sound the bells! Give them something to latch onto through the fog. And then turning back to Benaventura, without even a word, he knows what this commander now of the forces of Cliffmill wants him to do. And he looks to those around him. Right, follow me. Let's go get him. And so the guards on the wall leap down as quick as they can and start to advance into the fog to try to find these wayward souls. Aideen turns to the head guard left. Fucking shit. Get them behind the walls. Yes. I need to. She turns and leaps off the stairs without finishing that thought, heads back into Cliffmill. He shouts after her, just, where are you going? The family needs to know. Know what? What's happening? And at that, a sharp and horrifying roar sounds throughout the entire valley, and lines of flame now horizontally streak across the dim horizon. Dawn Protector, Mountain Splitter, having heard these bells, have now ridden up just as Aideen is bolting across rooftops, running for something. Aideen sees them. The caravan from Diefield. Avery and Arbin's over the wall already. Could you round them up? And the more, find the rest as well. But be quick and be careful. Get them behind the walls. Mountain Splitter heads galloping. Dawn Protector, for a moment, pauses, is thinking something, and immediately follows. They gallop hard, they gallop fast. Dawn Protector finally overtaking Avery's short strides, grabbing him off the ground as she's riding, picking him up. bringing him back onto the horse. And he just says, "My family." And she says, "Let's find them." Nadine, rushing impossibly fast over rooftop and rooftop, making as straight of a line as she can through the small town, sliding down off one of the roofs, landing on the porch of Avery's place. Bursting through the door, rounding into the back room as she's like, "Get up, get up, get up, get up, up, up." And sitting on the bed, his black scales, the particular black scales of Absalom Frey, slide from the covers of the darkened room. "My God, what's it now, Cher?" And Nadine has already begun to look through his pack. "The chalkboard, where is it?" "My pack, left side. What is it, darling?" She finds it. She pulls it out. She also looses a bit of chalk from the side as well. "I don't know, but it's fucking not good." She scribbles on this chalkboard furiously. One of the means of communication she has with the family. Meanwhile, outside the safety of the walls and the hastily dug moats that defend this city, halflings are slowly being rounded up by Goliaths on horseback, more that came from the city. Avery and Dawn Protector move through the thick smoke that has enveloped the area, even once again after the dragons had scattered it. Avery holds up a hand to Dawn Protector as he hears a sharp, quick sound of a blade being drawn. And after just a moment of silence, "Hello, hello, it's me, Avery, hello." And stepping out of that gray curtain of smoke, a halfling, sword drawn, barely up to the horse's knee. "Avery." Avery leaps off and rushes to embrace Theodric Dale, mayor of Diefield. "Avery, there's more that need help." "Of course." And the others that are following Theodric begin to now stand up. Quickly, Dawn Protector puts the wounded on the horse. She asks the rest to follow, and she whispers something in the horse's ear, and it begins to trot directly back toward town. "Oh, we need to gather the rest. I don't... Avery, I don't know where Arian is." "That's fine. We'll find her. It's gonna be okay." Mountain Splitter at this point rides up, Arbin on her horse. The small group then sits silently for just a moment, listening in the smoke, trying to get a bearing for where their next target could be. And then they hear a deep, large growl. And thumping, impossibly heavy steps that sound like they're crushing trees beneath the footfalls, like twigs in a forest. And in the fog, in the smoke, a large, dark shape with at times, rhythmed with the exhale of this creature, embers of bright fire seem to come from its midsection. And then they hear a voice. "Bugs, bugs, bugs, where have you scurried? My children yearn for your flesh like kindling, to stoke their flames and burn them bright." And at this oppressive fear grips all who only in the density of the smoke are they hidden from this thing. Arbin wills his voice silent, a voice that wants to scream. And just when the weight of this moment feels like it's about to break, a brilliant blue light, accompanied by the soft lilting of a distant violin. And from the distance, within the haze, even those on the walls of Cliff Mill can see now two opposing, diffused lights. Blue and orange. And while they can't see each other, the lost halflings of the caravan gravitate now toward the matriarch of one of the great families of Diefield. And the large beast slinks away, back into his own smoke. Now, back underneath an ancient city, who holds in their inventory the chalk and chalkboard? Could you give me a quick perception check there, Charity? In the heat of battle, in the midst of trying to save your friends?
That is 15.
You think you hear a bit of scribbling on maybe something in that. Nothing necessarily about it makes it feel like you need to stop what you're doing and look at it. So I think at your next sort of respite, it's something though that I think you would check at that point.
Yeah, because
but you do hear it.
Yeah, so I hear it. I know that there's a message, and the way that this chalkboard works, the message lasts until like I wipe it away. So
Correct.
It's not like I'm like, I have 5 minutes before this goes blank.
Exactly. 100%. So, friends, fighting now in the bridge of the Dwarven City, you will remember in the midst of a fight a bit of what happened. You have these rot trolls, these things that have just been pouring out from some of the buildings here to kind of the north end. It seems like so much attention has been paid to this small area that these things have been lumbering here en masse, slowly but effectively. You see 4 of them. You hear more coming. Charity, you hinted at this a little bit at the last time. Would you mind giving me a history check or an insight check to just quickly try to gauge a little bit of this battle?
$27.
Beautiful. You're looking at this and you're doing Charity, 27. You're doing a mental calculus. Your days as Caloran are coming back to you, and that sort of precision of understanding exactly the waves of a battle, of when to strike and when to retreat. You're doing a calculus in your head, and you're seeing the resources that are being spent here, and you're mentally checking in with what you still have to do. The way this fight is going, it's not that you can't beat this. You 100% can. You're trying to decide if it's worth it in some ways. And now that there's a vampire involved, there are variations here that are making this really difficult to sort of gauge whether this is a really bad thing or something. It is just an obstacle in your way. You're seeing that this is a difficult fight to continue. Use that however you will. And as we're going back in, I think we're on Clem's turn with Charity coming up next. So, yeah, questions about like things we know.
We know that they've taken normal damage from most things.
Yes.
When they have been hurt, they absorb life force in an area around them.
Mechanically, at the beginning of their turn, if they're missing hit points.
Yeah. The damage that does is necrotic.
Yep. And so the people that have been hit by it so far, you've noticed it's not just like pure necrotic damage that is like causing wounds or sores or boils or anything like that, but that it seems to be sapping like their energy and their strength itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you can sort of read the mechanic of that. Yeah.
The hitting them with radiant damage appeared to stop that effect.
It stopped any regeneration, and that regeneration seems to be that horrible necrotic effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like they're siphoning off life in order to regenerate. If we hit them with a radiant, they don't regenerate, hence no siphon. It isn't just that the siphon doesn't like work. They still do damage and then don't heal from it. It's none of it procs.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Hikari has a Dawn spell up, which is, I think it's this one down here, just south of Hikari, that is currently hurting two of them with radiant damage.
And the one at the top is Poison Cloud or whatever that Clem cast.
Yes.
And the bottommost troll's speed is 0 until the start of my next turn. Is that
Yes, perfect. Yeah.
So I have Cloud Kill up.
That.
As concentration, right?
Yes.
On my last turn. Let me just see if I have to do anything or if it's just The fog moves 10 feet away from you at the start of each of your turns.
Okay.
So I was hoping to kind of move in such a way that it would move. I remember talking about this last time.
Yeah.
That it would move towards the bros up north.
Yeah.
So I wanted to position myself in such a way that it would move up this way.
So currently you're on
right.
Clue.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
So like it can move kind of at an angle here. Let's say that.
Okay. And can I ask Clue when it's his turn to move me more so that it just goes directly up?
Perfect. Yeah.
With them? Okay.
Sure.
And then did I notice? So I know you just had a whole long talk about damage types and stuff.
You're good. Yeah.
Does fire? Because I think I've probably just been doing fire bolts from afar, if I remember correctly, because I don't have a lot of spells, and that seems to do normal damage, or
yes. So far, everything you've kind of hit it with has been working.
Okay.
I think we did hit it with poison, and it didn't work.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They resist poison.
Okay. Didn't work. Okay.
They resist poison.
They resisted it.
I have that in my notes.
It did hurt them still. They're
right.
Resist,
Okay.
not
Yeah,
immune.
because my cloud kill does 5d8 poison damage, but they take half. Okay. Cool. So I'll keep that concentration up, and I will. Does anybody look hurt? Like really hurt?
Stormbringer, I think,
me
has been
and
badly hurt.
Yeah.
Stormbringer and Ire are. Stormbringer is looking worse, but Ire's also down to half health.
I'm pretty fucked up.
I will do I mean, I can't get to you, so it'll have to just be healing word. And my highest level is 4 right now. So I can do healing word at 4th level on Stormbringer. Didn't roll the dice. That's fun. So is it 4d4? Because I'm doing it at level 4?
5d4.
Because it's
Second level
1d4
or
at
higher
first
than
level, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
2 at second, 3 at third,
Yeah.
4 at fourth. Yeah.
Sorry.
So, no, you're good. I will roll 4d4.
Plus your spellcasting mod.
That's 12 plus not my spell attack bonus, right? My spell casting modifier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I understand how this game works. I've played a lot of it. Plus
Yeah,
5.
you're
So
good.
it's 17 points of healing to
17.
Stormbringer.
Nice.
Cool. That helps.
Yeah,
At
since
that,
I'm not in control of my faculties, I can't go touch you. So
at that, you hear the vampire. Oh, go on! He kind of claps a couple times.
Where is the vampire?
So the vampire is sorry, yeah. He's on the roof over here on this.
And we can see him, right? Like,
Yes, yeah, he's not hiding, and he's got 3 of his spawn. It seems next to him.
have we gotten? And the interactions we've had with him have all sort of been he's viewing this as amusement.
Yes.
He doesn't seem like he's in control of the rot trolls.
No.
He mostly was like, "Oh, you got yourself into a situation," and now this is sort of the pulls out popcorn, sits down.
Pretty
like,
much, yep.
So I think the thing I'd be trying to establish is doesn't seem helpful, but doesn't seem necessarily directly malicious at the moment.
Correct. Correct. Amazing. Clem, that was a bonus action. Any other action?
good question, huh?
If you cast another spell, it's got to be a cantrip, but you could cast a spell.
Oh, that's true, because it's cantrip, and that was a bonus action. Yep, I know how this game is played.
Hell yeah.
Cast a firebolt at. Let's see if it even matters. Oh, it does. Hey, at this one that's not in the cloud kill.
Wonderful.
That looks like it was a 26 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
And 25 fire damage.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a high level now. I get
Hell
a lot
yeah.
of d10s.
Hey, let's dive in. We're level 18.
I got 2 10s and a 1. So, both ends of the spectrum on those rolls, but...
Yeah, the fireball streaks through the air impossibly fast, slices into his arm. His arm just falls off, and he kind of looks at it.
And Clem whispers into Clue's ear, "I want that." For later.
Clue sort of
letting you know.
Like does this weird thing where the horse's like head is trying to like give you the side eye.
It can be at the end. I'm just letting
Only
you know.
type of eye he gets.
That's my turn.
Awesome.
And just when I told him I
Charity.
wanted to move him when he can.
Yeah. Charity, I believe you have your wings out and you are flying as well.
Correct. Quick question.
Uh-huh.
This is also, I think, reestablishing things we've covered, but just to make sure. The bridge we're on is way high up, right?
Yep.
Like, way fucking high up.
Yeah. In the distance, you had sort of seen a waterfall, but sort of didn't see where it ended.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I guess to put this in D&D nerd parlance, we might have finally found the bridge that Featherfall would run out before we hit the bottom if we jumped off.
It's possible, certainly. Yeah.
Cool. Which of these, because it has been a hot minute, seem most damaged?
Honestly, the one right down here that Clem just hit.
Okay. And it is not inside Radiance.
Currently, no.
Two up there, the two to the south have just been hit with radiant damage.
Yes.
This one hasn't. I'm going to use my action because I'm using telekinesis to force it to make a strength save. No strength save. Sorry, strength check.
Gotcha. It rolled a 13.
Well, time to go with this is an ability check, so I'm gonna burn a sorcery point.
Does he re-roll or
No,
do you?
I do.
Awesome.
Helps a lot when I remember which attribute. There we go.
Charisma. Oh my
20.
god. Yeah. I'm going to give you leeway here. You explain to me what you're trying to do.
So, this allows me to telekinetically move a creature up to 30 feet. It is less than 30 feet to the edge of the bridge.
Yum.
If you're going to for the audience on podcast, that was a nat 20 for a 26 charisma. So the check has doubled its. Would it be possible for me to do this while like sweeping the one that's in the cloud kill also off the edge? Like go bowling with it, basically.
Right, like move this one up and then sort of like hit
Hurl
into
them
it
both off.
It's a crit hit, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Woo!
These two, as you lift up one, is just like one armed in the air. You like rear it back, just like sort of a pinball machine, and then fire it so incredibly fast, and then you hear them getting softer and softer as they fall off the bridge.
Yes. Bonus action. I am going to throw spiritual weapon back here at level 2. It'll try to hit the first one, but it's also definitely trying to impede the progress of the trolls.
Fair. I love it.
Does 19 hit them?
Yes. Yes, it does.
7 force damage to the one further north.
Okay. Wonderful. Why isn't it letting me? There we go. There's a spiritual weapon. All right. Excellent. Any other movement then?
I think Charity will gain a little bit more height and pull up sort of alongside Clue and the rest of them. I'm trying to position myself so I have a good line of sight to the vampire, as well as any potential new or reinforcements from the trolls.
Gotcha. All right. No one is quite within the range of this, and so these wouldn't hurt anyway because they got hit by radiant damage. But
hey, that one can't move.
Correct. Thank you. Yes.
Thought that radiant damage is what hurts them.
It is, yeah, and it prevents their regeneration.
Okay, so why did they get to move outside the radiant damage?
They don't. It doesn't stop them from moving. It just stops them from activating.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. And that's where I cast Dawn, right?
Correct. Which is a spell that you can move around on your turn if you want to.
Yeah.
The weapon gets an opportunity attack as it lumbers next to it.
19 hit
Like,
last time for
19
another
hit?
11.
All right. It lumbers up then to you, Stormbringer.
Bring it, bitch. I do have Bully out as my shield.
Excellent. It's going to make a bite and 2 claw attacks here.
Cool.
As it, my God. Well, that one hit. That's going to be 12 piercing damage.
Okay.
Because of the crit hit. And then 34 necrotic damage.
Okay.
As its bite sinks into you, and you feel like your life essence just
Cool.
like pumped out of you, like it's drawing all of your blood out. That hurt a lot. And then I assume a 24 hits you.
Yeah.
For 10 slashing and 2 necrotic. I think you're raging during
I
all
am,
this?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
5 and 2.
Yeah.
The other one missed at a 12. Its claws rake across the shield, and you even hear Bully, "Oh, not fun."
Huh?
But it didn't do any damage or anything. It's fine. You continue to hear the sounds of shattered glass as more are coming down this way. So 4 more have appeared to the north. And 2 more to the south. At this, you hear the vampire. As much fun as it is, and it's a lot of fun, I'll admit, y'all want to get out of here. Me and my spawn can carry you if you want. We got a safe place, away from these things. Mull it over. We don't mind.
What's the price?
No price. You just
My blood
come
is
with
really
us.
old and doesn't taste very good. I'm just telling you.
We're not trying to. Typical surface dwellers. Soon we're just trying to suck all the bloods.
Andy,
But we can get you out of here if you want.
How hot's the vampire?
Like he actually is pretty attractive. He's super pale but young, got a sort of kind of spiked like hair a little bit. He's got this bandolier of like just odd trinkets, like little figurines, it looks like, almost across him. He's
Warhammer figurines or something.
Yeah, something like that. He's got kind of a dress shirt on, but it's not buttoned, and just his chest is showing underneath.
Oh man!
And then
Is he
sort
also shimmery, Dandy?
he's not quite shimmery, but he's shiny. It's glistening, let's say, and kind of tight leather pants, along with some large boots.
Okay, cool.
All right. Clue's turn. Given the information from Clem would like Clue to end up at least over here, it sounds like.
Yeah, just so
Away,
that
I'll
things
sort of-
can push that way. But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
fine with whatever decision we make. Getting out of here.
Indeed. I'll let sort of Galway decide exactly where Clue ends up, maybe then.
And that's Blue is gonna move
Over here-ish.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to think about it because
Yeah,
the
you're good.
cloud is
It should be then moving north, I think, is what. Yeah. Clue.
yeah, I'm trying to decide on yeah, who's gonna move there on his turn he is going to hold a dash action for Charity to complete his turn.
Okay.
I probably also would have. Sorry, I forgot because I'm getting back into things. Charity would have said, "We should be going north now."
Up for those who don't know where north is. Okay. Stormbringer, your turn.
Wait, why should we be? This is Lena, not Stormbringer. Why should we be
'Cause
going
that's the
north?
way out.
There's also
4 of
like
them.
6 trolls up there. 4 trolls up there.
And that doesn't discount that it is kind of the way out.
Okay.
So you also know south is the prison, and then that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was hoping the vampire had like a way, around all of this.
I mean,
If you want to engage with that.
he did. If you want to engage with that, okay. So I now feel like it's probably important for me to give 2 pieces of context to this. One, north is the way out. Charity has most recently seen Hikari and Stormbringer essentially doing a "will be the rear guard" action, which is like
That's what I've been trying to do.
That's great, but moving rear guard is what he was kind of hoping for, so that we don't get too isolated. And second, Charity's last experience with a vampire was the member of the Red family, who's a real prick. So Charity is not going to be inclined, and knows was tied to an entire clan of vampires. Although this comment about you surfacers is sort of percolating in Charity's brain. I don't think the guy was really clear on how we take him either to get out of here.
Yeah, it seems like you'd have to talk to him more.
Okay, so my go?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe vampire dude, you should probably I think we'd be down to have you help us. You seem like a friend, and I thought maybe your little spawn was a friend. That's why I was yelling nice things at it about how we weren't gonna hurt it. So we can be chill. Let's be chill and get the fuck out of here together, because this is pretty fucked. We're pretty fucked.
And I'm still gonna swing then at the troll that's right next to me.
Okay.
I assume I've been using my durable battle axe because I have my shield out. We're gonna go with that as my reigning theory. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Okay, so that's 13. No, I do rage damage. 17 magical slashing damage. How hard is that?
Bloodied.
Okay.
Large boils are just sort of popping every time it moves toward you. Like the goo is coming out of its mouth. Its jaw sort of becomes loose, and then as you hit it, the jaw just falls on the ground. So it's just got its top teeth.
Okay. Second attack.
Yeah, baby.
That is exactly the same. Wild. 17 magical slashing damage.
Great.
And then it needs to make a DC 18 dex save and a DC 18 strength save.
While very strong, not so dexterous. Fails the dex save.
Okay. So it will take an additional, wow, that was a good fucking roll.
Goddamn.
Holy shit. Additional 16 lightning damage.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. All of it seems to be, hitting.
Sweet. And it made the strength save?
It did make the strength save.
Fucking bummer. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's it for me. I can't pull out while Hikari's here. But I did, I'm with my was gonna say free hand. I don't have a free hand. With my head, I'm like waving at the vampire, trying to get him to get us the fuck out of here.
Yeah, love. You need something? Cat got your tongue?
I just fucking said to get us out of here. Were you not listening?
Oh,
It was
get us
like
out of here,
6
get us
seconds
out of here.
ago.
That's funny. Didn't hear, please. Might have been
Please
there.
get us the fuck out of here.
The vampire sort of looks around to especially Ire, Hikari, Stormbringer, since you are the three that like can't fly, it seems. And he kind of levitates a little bit into the air and sort of looks at the three of you, essentially looking for, is this cool? Because we can pick you up and take you, it looks like. So he says, all right, raise your hand if you don't mind getting out of here with us.
Stormbringer's raising her hand.
I'm raising mine.
Ire?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know in this moment that like I feel like Ire would trust himself to be able to get out of this situation
Mhm.
On his own. I don't know if he's going with it.
Clem says bye.
So Ire, you, and maybe this is a bit of a family trait, but you kind of and Charity are sort of like, I don't know if I want to be beholden to these creatures. And like briefly, the two of you lock eyes, and again, because you grew up together, you both sort of share this sort of same mentality of, I don't know if that's a great idea. So you are certainly hesitant, and you see the same hesitancy in Charity, I think. And the three spawns at the snap of the vampire's fingers turn into giant bats, and have kind of perched themselves, waiting essentially for their turn on the roof of this thing to swoop down and maybe start to get you all out of there if you want.
I weigh 310 pounds naked, and now you know I'm carrying a ton of shit. Can they actually carry me?
It might have to be two of the bats for you.
Okay.
And then any movement, Stormbringer?
No, I can't. I can't pull back right now.
All right, it's Hikari and then Burbage.
So I can move my Dawn spell, right?
Yes, you can
Okay.
move it up to 60 feet.
So I'm going to move it up to hit that next troll thingy.
Sure. As the dawn gets close to the vampires, you hear the bats begin to shriek.
Yeah, I was also wondering about that. So, yeah, I just want it to cover kind of the troll and by the vampires so I can be like, hey, you can let us out of here or I can fry you.
Interesting. Okay, so give me an intimidation.
That's what I say, basically. You can let us out of here and we're not beholden to you, or I will fry you with sunshine.
Damn. Give me a couple rolls. Give me an intimidation check. Let's say with advantage because fucking Dawn is getting close to them. Yeah, intimidation.
Twice?
It's advantage, so you got the 15.
I was like,
Because the first one was a nat one. Yep. So a 15. The spawn look immediately to sort of their master, and he says, "Fucking fine, just fucking stay away with that, all right? Jesus fucking Christ." But they certainly know that you mean business, especially you, Hikari, as you're the one that seems to be able to control this giant light column. And then as it passes over this guy again, yeah, I think that's, yeah, let me roll. As I'm rolling, could you give me another thing, Hikari? Could you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Sorry, it takes my computer forever to boot up between things. Where is it?
Oh, wisdom save is just above the skills part in the thing. No, you're good.
Right there.
An 18. Hikari, for a moment, as you're moving the sunlight over to the bunnies, you're not exactly sure if they're alive or dead. They're very, very still.
Wait, the bunnies?
Yeah, and they start to kind of look at you.
What bunnies?
Asana comes up
Okay.
next to you. What are we doing, love? Practicing some spellcraft, are we?
I'm trying to get us out of here. Can you help?
Why would you want to leave? This place it's gorgeous.
I take my sword and slash it through her.
Whoosh. The image disappears. You're back. Holy shit, you're back with people. You're trying to get out of here, but who is the Goliath next to you? You don't recognize them. And then it comes to you. Shit, fuck, Stormbringer. It's Stormbringer. And you try your best to like hold on because your mind just spun out of control for a second there, and you were barely able to hold on, Hikari. It seems like the memories that have been flooding back. The dam has burst, and there will just be waves of this until you can do something about it. So sorry, though. You've moved the dawn. You've done some intimidation. Do you have any movement or anything you want to do? Or do you just kind of want to hold up your hands so they can pick you up?
Yeah, I think that's all. I can't move the dawn anymore, right?
No.
Okay.
After you moved it.
I will just stand there and stare at them with my hands up in the sunshine.
Okay. Burbage Camp.
So Burbage is on Clue, is that right?
Yes.
Is there somebody else? Oh, Clemis. Yeah, I guess this is one of the bad guys.
It is.
Yeah, Burbage is very interested in just kind of being extricated from this fight, but in the meantime, he'll try to kill something. So,
okay.
He will do a crossbow attack.
Excellent. That hits. Also, it's next to Stormbringer, so you got sneak attack. Watch a level 18 rogue sneak attack, everyone.
And one of the
Burbage, what does it look like when you kill this thing?
What is the thing again? It's a troll thing?
It's a rot troll of some sort. It's a decaying, rotten, somewhat undead thing that is constantly regenerating. It's like decay. It's disgusting.
Burbage is trying to impress the sexy vampire.
Okay.
So he like pours everything into just aiming this crossbow bolt, and he just waits until the exact right moment as this rat troll is kind of mid lurching around in battle,
Yeah.
and Burbage lets loose the bolt, and the bolt just flies like across the length of this rat troll's arms, just perfectly, both arms just peeling up a bunch of flesh, right? Also, like along the neck, and it just peels off all this fucking flesh while going through its like gullet.
Perfect. Its head is hanging
Love
on
it.
by a thread as it sort of just falls backward, and then the rot troll itself crumbles up into a pile of just pus and goo. Stormbringer, you're the closest. You also recognize this thing is not in the process of healing or regenerating. It's death.
Yeah.
It
Something
looks
that we
like
had done.
It's gone.
Something we had done made us think that if we dead them, then they die. They have that in my notes.
Incorrect. So if they go down, they seem to be healing. If you hit them with radiant damage, that's what stops their healing, and then they're dead. Yes.
Dead.
Yes.
So if we dead, then they die.
But this,
Assuming we hit it with radiant
assuming
damage.
you hit it with
Otherwise,
radiant-
it doesn't do anything.
and this wasn't radiant damage.
Yours wasn't, but Hikari's was.
It's being
Yeah.
hit with radiant damage.
Oh,
so
I
it's
see.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Burbage is kind of grossed out by what just happened. He didn't know what to expect.
Yes.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
But then he'll very suavely turn and look to see if the vampire saw it. And how
He
the-
like very coolly is trying to be like,
Yeah, Burbage does the same thing. Like, he's not grossed out. He's like, while also raising his hand, like, yeah, please save us.
You don't even need saving. You're on a flying horse.
He's not talking about his life. He's talking about, like, his romance. Like, save me. Like, be my enchanting armor. Like,
Gotcha.
at least until I
Charity
get back
with
to
wings of
Theodric.
silver fire floating in the air. It's just like,
Save me, like, make me, like, complete me as a person.
Gotcha.
Like, I've been doing a lot of self-improvement, but I'm never going to be whole until I find somebody who can, like,
Jesus
satisfy.
Christ.
why are they always hot and masculine?
All right. Ire, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
It looks like the vampires are getting ready to pick up your friends and go wherever they think safety is.
Notice how you said the word friends there?
Yeah, like what? We're not Ire's friends.
Yeah.
Is that an issue?
If we were his friends, he wouldn't be keeping secrets from
Yeah,
us.
you don't keep any secrets from your friends. You tell them
what
everything.
are you talking about? I don't
Fine,
have
there's
any
no-
secrets. Andy, it isn't letting me move like into where I'm seeing shadow on here.
Sure. I can move you if you want to move. Kind of.
I'm trying to move north while on the rooftop. I know that it comes to like an end.
Yeah.
And I believe if I recall correctly from last time, that directly across the rooftop from where I am right now is like a clock tower.
Yes. Yeah. It's a tower that goes up further. There's a poison gas cloud that's sort of wafting away from it, but
there's the cloud kill, but I'd be able to I have spider climb,
okay.
so I'd be able to like get onto that rooftop. I can't really see everything because of the shadows, but I would be able to like get onto there without touching the cloud kill, right?
You think so? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that and get as far as my 30 feet of movement. 30, yeah, my 30 feet of movement will take me.
Okay. It's not an incredibly tall clock tower. 3 stories essentially. Before you get to a clock that is half of the face of it is broken, and there's only a second hand that is still ticking quickly. But whatever hour and minute this is not being monitored. You hear whirrings of this clock tower within it. You see sort of through the broken face that is cutting off like the 9, 8, 7 of this clock tower. An old workbench with sort of clockmaker's tools in there, and then you hear and see some of the whirring still going, though a few of the gears have rusted entirely.
After kind of a moment of admiring this old clock tower, I believe, Ayer's in a state of obviously fight or flight right now, constantly weighing what is his best course of action. I think he is simultaneously feeling like, I can get out of here, but I don't know what's on the other side of this bridge, right?
Right.
Because while he has been here for 5 months, he was taken here. He doesn't really know the lay of the land at all. Does if he's able to kind of take a quick scan? I mean, obviously he knows that some of our non-flying members have just kind of up and gone with the vampire spawn, or are
about
preparing to. Does everyone here look like they're game for this? Because I think that would weigh in.
Again, it kind of seems like Burbage and Clem are, Stormbringer and Hikari definitely are, but again, you can tell Charity is hesitant.
I would say, in as much as emotional reactions can sort of change in between.
Please.
With the rest of the family members having opted to, Charity is definitely looking like he's preparing to leave.
Perfect.
He's not going to fight 3 vampires that other people, well, 4, that other people aren't, and if they're going with them, he's going. So
100%. Which is really interesting too, because you see this for a moment, what you read, I think, as a resolution to fucking maybe not listen to other people and like go on their own, and how quickly but softly Charity slips into the not just resignation of like, all right, we'll do this, that's fine, but more the I will be there for those other people. And that is a quick and strange and odd thing, that you thought you recognized this in Charity a moment ago, and now it's again seems foreign all of a sudden to you. But it does seem like he's raring to go then as well.
Then, I guess against all of his greater impulses, I think he's, resigned to the same. I think he'll, like, I don't think he was even able to see Charity before because of where he was on the rooftop. But, like, I think ultimately, like, if it's just going to be him and the unknown of the, like, however long this dwarven, city goes, I think he would rather be a fish in the school than, a lone wolf.
All right. That's maybe even something a little surprising to you, that you're making some of this decision. I love it. Love it. All right. Clem, Charity, sort of, do you have kind of last minute things you'd like to do to rot trolls here, or do you want to mostly
another one up?
Wonderful. Yeah. Give me. Yeah.
I've got concentration, so it's there.
This one's coming up. You see, give me another contested roll. His was strength, I think.
Yeah.
He rolled 17. My God, another
Yay!
At the
Screw the
second-
DM gods. Andy's speechless.
Boy, feeling okay. Here's what happens. Feeling the danger that you are you're going to have to step in. The knowledge that you're going to need to protect these people and be vigilant and to also help your friends has awakened something a little bit in you, and this spell of telekinesis. Mechanically, you're going to get advantage on your contested rolls with telekinesis from now on. Right now, what happens is as you're floating in the air and you sort of like clap your hands together in front of you, this like line of telekinetic energy bursts out. You see it split the wood of the tavern that's in front of you, and the rot trolls that are kind of on either side of that line go and blast off either side of this bridge. You've taken away 2 rot trolls in that instance, and you just feel again that something that you've been feeling ever since you let go of Behelit. It's not that you're learning something, it's that something that was always in you is awakening, and almost your body, or your, not even your body, but like your genes themselves are remembering something. Clem, any last minute things as well? Or was there more flavor too? Go away. I didn't want to step on you.
I think that with that, just to go with the sort of upgrade to this, at times when Charity has done telekinesis, a third eye of fire has sort of appeared on his forehead. I would say that sort of as he like focuses and then pushes that line down, the eye is going to just sort of hover up and then perch on the top of the halo. Sort of like a jewel on a crown.
Wonderful. As the halo that's kind of like up at an angle a little bit, also kind of centers a little bit, almost like you're wearing it. Yeah, that eye comes right up on there as well. Wonderful. Yeah, Clem.
Be muted. I would just probably just fire off another firebolt, because I'm not going to waste another spell on them if we're leaving. So pretty much like, bye. God, I sounded like fucking Cartman when I said that. Not quite so much like Clem.
Fuck you, bye.
Jesus Christ, Rachel, be careful. Too many things to click around in. Do 18 to hit.
18 hits for 14 more fire damage. As you set this one on fire, its flesh and sort of fatty deposits that are left are burning in flames. You see it writhing in pain, but also constantly regenerating as that's happening. As the vampire slides over in the air toward Clue and Burbage and Clementine, saying, "This way, loves." And he'll zip straight off the edge of this, and he will head from here west. Stormbringer, 2 of the spawn grab onto you. Hakari, one of the spawn grabs onto you. Charity, you think that you probably could carry Ire, if you wanted to, or Ire if you have another means of flight, or if we want to try to get Clem to pick one up.
Charity would sort of be going by. Is you on a hand?
I don't really feel like I have a choice, but stick up a hand.
Okay. With that, you light off the bridge and you travel into the darkness. Those with dark vision, you are able to see 60. Do tieflings get 120 maybe feet of dark vision? Not, yeah, it's you can't see the bottom, you can't see the sides essentially almost anymore. All you see is the light behind you from the bridge. That troll is now running into buildings and lighting that on fire as well. You begin to fly with your now vampiric companions. You pass into an area that is a little warmer all of a sudden, and it's kind of filled with steam. And actually now you can sort of see it, but around you, but it's a little hazy, and so it's almost a little hard to keep track of everyone moving in this group. Not impossible at all. It just means you have to kind of focus a little bit more. The vampire pulls up next to you, Burbage, and says, "I saw that shot. That's a good shot. You're pretty handy, huh?"
Yeah, I can get handsy, but handy? Yeah, sometimes.
Slip of the tongue, eh? That's fine. Fine. I slip my tongue sometimes too.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks for the help back there. It's really appreciated. Where are we going?
Oh, so we've set up a little community, trying to save some people from freezing up above. It's not much, but our little family has been able to survive down below. Frankly, I don't know why more vampires don't live below ground. It just only makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. If you think
Right,
about
fucking,
it,
yeah.
seems like a pretty obvious solution to multiple vampiric problems, or at least one.
At least the one, right?
The big
Major
one.
one.
Yeah.
Also, things bleed down here too, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
What's your name, by the way? What's your last name? I heard them call you Burbage.
Right, yeah. First name Burbage, last name Kemp. But not like the smuggler up there, or somewhere. There was somebody who was using my name at some point. It was kind of a dick.
Sorry, I don't get out much. I don't know exactly.
Sure.
What
You
you're talking
just
about.
hang out down here in the dwarven.
I mean, a lot of times, yeah.
Ancient dwarven underground ruins underneath
Sure.
Yeah. What's your name? What's your name?
Sorry, Benediah. You can call me Benediah Blackwood.
Benediah Blackwood. That's a pretty cool name.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. So we're just going right over here. There's kind of a carving in the cliff. And you, everyone's kind of hearing him sort of say, like, what's about to happen. It sounds like you're almost there already. But it's also at this point that Charity and Ire, who you've dipped a little bit below everyone else, just to honestly kind of keep an eye on everyone else and like what's going on, and to try to be nimble, because they're flying kind of high, and you're starting to get a little close to some stalagmites or tights that are hanging to the ceiling. And the two of you sort of recognize it first. Way down below you, as the steam is rising in this area, you see a small orange glow. At first, you kind of think like it might be like a river of lava, maybe down below. But something about it, and maybe it's just the haze, but the line seems to kind of like slowly move back and forth a little bit. It doesn't maintain its perfect sort of structure that you would assume with like a lake of lava. That's odd.
Does it appear to literally be a solid line?
You'd have to dip down further, I think, to check that out.
But it's still got that kind of like yellow, amber, warm light.
Yes, and it also has like a starting point. Like you don't see it kind of behind you essentially, and like almost right below you now you see kind of start. So like maybe it's just now flowing. There was a volcano north of Federo that opened a sort of fire plane portal. So maybe the lava from that is now seeping in. Maybe you wouldn't necessarily know that, Ire, but like Charity, I guess would.
And this is far enough away that we're not like getting whiffs of like sulfur or anything like that, right?
Give me a perception check. Maybe from Charity as well.
That is a 25.
Damn.
13.
13. Yeah, Charity, you're sort of curious about this, but like it's hazy. Your eyes are honestly mostly on your friends above you and the vampires. Your eyes are a little bit more on the surrounding around you. And goddamn it, with that 20, like you smell some sulfur mixed with the mist that has been rising up from that area.
Are we heading into a volcano?
Batman, assemble.
Darcy just made every nerd on the internet come or be really upset.
Or both.
Or both.
That's me.
Rage come, yeah.
Rage come.
Rage come.
Thoughts?
There's not a mountain. I mean, there's a mountain range, but this is new.
I know that that's the mountain range where a volcano, right?
Above you? I'm sorry, north of
Yeah.
Federo? Yes.
And I know roughly what the story was because of some of the communications we've gotten.
Yeah, so Roburn and Enmy and Mill were able to contact you guys essentially and kind of say, we couldn't stop this. Caloran opened a portal to the fire plane. It's erupting a volcano, and also like fire elementals are pouring out of this place.
So if Ire was saying those things out loud,
Yes.
Charity would be like, the mountains to the, I think is going to sort of like get his attention pulled back to Ire, like the mountains to the north. Caloran was busy. Opened a gate to the elemental plane of fire, sort of turned one or more of those mountains into a giant volcano, and has also unleashed an army of living fire, which is marching both towards this city and where the sort of last embers of unfortunate, of resistance are.
Charity, as you say this army of fire is marching toward like Cliff Mill and the city, you have a sinking feeling in your stomach all of a sudden.
Marching to, oh, crap.
A sinking feeling of what?
In his stomach. His like stomach just drops.
Okay.
And you're starting to wonder why you can see slight movement in that river but down below. Maybe it's not a river.
I'm guessing by the way you just trailed off in thought there that is not just any lava down there.
I'm not sure that it's lava. Imagine what an army column would look like if the army column was made of fire. A little bit like that.
It would look a lot like that.
I think it would look a lot like that.
Yeah.
Batman, assemble! Get us out of here!
Uh,
I love how Hikari keeps yelling things and no one says anything about it.
Okay, you have to understand, from Charity's perspective, he's used to Hikari just bursting into song.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
references
not
that
bad or
make no
anything.
sense to him. He's just like,
I just think it's funny.
this might be a lyric that is just stuck in her head.
Yep.
Charity is going to open a message to Clem. Clem seems the least likely to say something then out loud. So, do you see that line of fire below us?
Yeah.
So imagine if you were an army of living flame and you found a crack in the ground to be able to get through, and you were going to get to a city, but you wanted to sneak up on them.
Seems like a pretty good place to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Clem, give me a history check, please.
Okay. Oh, God. Sorry. I turned the brightness up on my TV so that my face would be illuminated since it was so dark, but now my TV is really fucking bright to look at, so it's fine. History. Does
I just
this
looked
have
over on
anything?
the stream and it had the delay of, and like
Yeah.
literally that square on my screen feels like bright light.
Right. Oh, also because I clicked open the thing and I have dark mode, but as it transitioned, it was like light mode. Here's dark mode again. So it was just, anyway. Is this related to, probably not, magic items, alchemical objects, or tech devices?
It would not be.
Okay.
Oh
That's an @1 for a
Awesome.
failure.
So on nat ones with skill checks, again, what we do, it's either amazing and perfect and you've nailed it,
Mhm.
or you've got it entirely wrong. Either way, you incredibly believe it.
Sounds
So,
great.
So you recall, a a story about Federo, essentially, and how dwarves had been attacked several times over and over and over in this like area. You kind of are now putting it together. It's probably this city that they're talking about. But also, like, the armies always tried to come down that one, like they always sort of funneled in the front door, and never were they ever occupied. It's very easy when you can see your enemy coming, that is always the easiest way to defend it. The only time you've ever heard of like a dwarven city actually being surprised in combat is when things come up from below, not down from above. And you're wondering, now that you're remembering everyone talking about that fire army just right outside of Federo, they're close. Why aren't they here yet? And it seems like they're waiting for something. And the way Charity says this, you're wondering if this is what they're waiting for.
I relay that to Charity because I'm not going to repeat it in the Clem voice because that's
Sure.
not fun.
Okay, that's great. Good.
Yeah, this
Fun.
seems real bad.
Do you or your little brain companion know of anything that they might be trying to get to? Or an access point that they might have?
I could ask.
My
Brain
experience with the
companion.
basements here are just generally terrible.
Hey,
What
what do
a-
you know about big fire ridges and what they might be going for, friendo?
Well, it seems like there are several places from this ancient city that you can waltz right into Federo from. I don't know if they're looking for anything magical, but it's a lot easier to attack from below than it is from the sides.
So they're just looking to basically come up through here and fuck shit up, is what we're thinking.
At least, don't get me wrong, if these fuckers were intelligent, there is a lot down here that they could do. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't usually think of massive armies as intelligent, so it all kind of depends on who's at the head, I suppose.
I would be more worried if this was a small group of them.
But we can't, like, see any, like, beings or people or anything, right?
Again, right now, you just kind of see that line. Charity seems to be putting a couple things together with the help of Ire, going, there's sulfur, there's, things are not lining up exactly. Yeah.
Sorry. Surprised by Lena, that's all. Fine. Yeah, so our vibes right now are that they're just using this as a way to get in, attack from below.
Oh, admittedly, as you are connected with Clem's mind, he spoke directly to you, Galway.
Oh.
This is the first time he's done that.
Hello, I'm Charity.
Pleasure.
This is weird.
So based on the line as I can see it,
yeah,
does this seem like the small group he was mentioning, or does it seems like a full military column?
Correct.
Neat. You know what the terrain down there is like?
Who are you asking exactly?
Well, I'm assuming if I ask into Clem's head, then they both hear it.
Yeah. Clem, you do not know. There's no reason, no book would even really go over this. Kremwall, though, says it's rocky, it's difficult terrain, but there's a river down there.
A river of water?
Yeah.
Fire elementals shouldn't want to touch that.
And yet here we are covered in steam.
Oh. Right. Fuck everything. I think Charity is going to relay this information in a summary form to Ire, probably using Thieves' Cant.
Mm.
Then back in Thieves' Cant,
Wait, so like to the rest of us, does it just sound like y'all are just saying complete like fucking nonsense all of a sudden?
Except for Burbage.
I mean,
well,
I don't know
how close are we? Because I thought that we were like flying and kind of far apart.
The two of you are like, he's holding you.
Yeah, but I thought everybody else was kind of far from us, that we had like dipped down or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think anybody else would really be able to hear us, because I'm probably speaking at conversational volume to someone I'm holding.
Yeah.
Then I would respond back. Well, the best idea I've got is deals with these stalactites and going down very fast.
Let's see where we're getting stashed, and then we'll figure out what we might want to do about this.
And in fact, as you say that, the vampire leads, kind of veers off into the northern end of this cavern. A large hole in the wall would, again, used to be what looks to be a bridge from long ago that has entirely collapsed. And the only thing that's left is the hole of the entrance into a tunnel system.
Okay.
So on that northern edge, he sort of lights and asks you all, we're here. You could sit down wherever you want. And Clue kind of trots down on the ground as well. Hikari, the bats are letting you and Stormbringer and down. Now, safely on the edge of a precipice, looking down, everyone can kind of see this bit of an orange line. The vampire is also watching and looks concerned, certainly.
What's that shit?
I asked me, I don't know.
Well, you live down here. You don't know what that shit is?
Well, I'm saying I don't know. That's new.
Oh, like in like 15 minutes you've been gone?
I've been gone for a couple hours now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So is Charity and like Ire are going to alight on this platform? Okay, good. So that's in the last couple of hours then. So tell me, Benediah, was it?
Benediah, yep.
Benediah.
Benediah, sorry.
You said you are helping people from the surface who have been freezing?
Yeah, we got a lot of families down here, and before you get mad, we're not eating them, we're not drinking their blood.
Didn't necessarily think you were.
Okay, we're hoping to get a group together and then leave.
Andy, can you remind
Yes.
me of? Fucking forgot his name, but the member of the Red family who was married to a vampire.
Yes, the one that had captured Burbage and Hikari.
Yes, the one we killed with great joy.
Yeah.
Were those vampires also Blackwoods?
They were, yes.
Okay.
But we've also met nice Blackwoods
Yeah,
in
'cause
Diefield.
Certainly, yeah.
So like I think
Diefield
there's
ones,
just
yeah.
like a mix. Yeah.
So Charity's gonna sort of in our time traveling, we've encountered multiple vampires with the surname Blackwood that seem to have had different motivations, alliances. A lot of them seem to run inns. What?
I don't think that one was an inn. I think it was a sex club.
A lot of them seem to be in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Less of an in, more of an in and out. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Okay.
They're one. What? I'm not accusing you of trying to harvest them or anything, but are you just helping the people from the surface and then trying to get out just to escape what's coming, or?
I mean, yeah, our leader just sort of said this would be the best idea to save the people. She ran up against people that disagreed with her, had to come down here. One motherfucker thought it was good to just fucking freeze the entire city. She had different ideas. They butted heads, but...
Who is she?
Lydia Wolf?
Sorry, Lydia Wolf?
Worf?
Thank
Worf?
you.
There's an R in there. I had to drop my accent a bit to say it.
Have we heard that name?
Lydia.
I don't have it in my notes.
Boy, Charity would know. Burbage would probably know. Because the two of you have spent the longest in Federo.
Would Ira know as well?
Ooh. Maybe. Ira's been kind of gone from Federo for a while and just sort of recently kind of come back. Maybe. I'll let sort of Sam, you decide. She was a priest of Ryn. She was a high priest. One of the 10.
I as far as me, like, I mean, I came to Federo looking for Burbage, and then I was like immediately captured. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That I would know.
You weren't spending a lot of time getting a read on the political situation there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if it was someone that like Ponway would have mentioned or etc. in their conversation.
Did I know you were looking for Burbage?
Did you mean
No.
Burbage or Charity?
No, I was.
Did you mean
I know.
Burbage?
I did mean Burbage, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think Burbage knew.
Nor does he
But Adam
quite-
didn't, right?
No, I don't think Adam did. Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay.
So so she's led just people generally down here and you're working for her?
I mean, yeah, she's, one of our matrons. She's a vampire. Made several of us.
Oh, it's just layers on layers. So have you all heard anything about an army of living fire coming to attack the city?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Have you heard anything about an army of living fire coming to attack the city?
I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah. Charity's pointing down. Yeah.
That's shit.
Yeah.
We don't have much time. There's still a lot of people in the city.
Yeah. Also, do you know how your matron feels about a man called Yizak?
Oh, she's also hiding from him. He's
Hiding from him.
Yeah.
He's a fucking asshole, yo.
Oh, yeah, no.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
So, our this is moving up the timetable of our business in the city, pointing again down at the fire. Business in the city includes figuring out and getting some information from or about Conway, killing Yizak.
Stop saying key
Fucking on
things,
board.
Saying
secret words like P-Meister.
you realize if you then say the corresponding code word, they might not know it. And 3,
They weren't listening.
saving as many people from here as we can, all of them from
Yeah.
Points at fire.
Wait. See, Poneway,
P-Meister.
that's weird. I wasn't on that level of, conversational colloquialism. Okay. Do you just want to speak to her? She would know more about this than I do, certainly. But she needs to know at least about this.
Yes, if she is in charge of guiding and or protecting these people, absolutely. Let's catch her up on some things.
Okay. Oh shit. That also reminds you, as you're talking, you heard a scribble on that chalkboard as well.
Oh, son of a bitch. Are we like walking to where this person might be?
He steps forward like 15 feet, and there are giant doors on this. The dwarven writing clem above it says the family glory gem. This looks to be a major crypt in the city.
Oh, mother of God.
Fun.
We did when we just sorry. Technical question. When we were going down to the bridge that we eventually crossed when we were trying to find the prison, wasn't there off to the west a sign for crypt?
Yes.
Cool. Well, road back. Yay. I say this charity actually really, really, really likes necrotic energies at this point because Shadow fell. Charity's had a weird 6 months. So if it looks like he's sort of progressing us forward, Charity is going to switch more into like, tagging along and then check the slate.
Okay. Written on the slate, in Aideen's hand that you can read, but hastily drawn. Please contact us. They're close.
Charity will like wipe that away. Be like, I'm here, or Charity here. How do you know they're close? And I'm assuming we're still sort of like walking or doing whatever we do at the same time. Other people can also do stuff. I'm just
deep, it takes a second, because obviously she seems busy probably with some stuff. But eventually you get this writing back quickly. Again, you hear the and she says, the caravan from Diefield was attacked. This army is coming from the west. Somehow they got east of us. It looks like they're slowly surrounding the area.
Charity is going to like bullet point one.
Sure.
Are Burbage's family and loved ones okay? 2, he's going to very quickly sort of summarize they're attacking Federo using subterranean passages. I don't know where they might have an opportunity to do so in Diefield, but be careful.
Cliffmill?
Cliffmill, yeah, sorry, Cliffmill.
Cliffmill had a subterranean area.
Yep.
We saw it.
Yep.
You get again back quickly. We're still checking on Burbage's family and friends. I sent Mountain Splitter and a couple of the Goliaths to make sure that we're essentially to make sure that we are being surrounded. This timetable has moved up extremely fast. I did not expect them for like another 5 days to even be visible in the west from here. And somehow they're already east.
I think Charity will write back. Understood. Keep yourself and everyone else as safe as you can. Timetables are moving up, or we're hurrying as quickly as we can here, and we'll attempt to get back when we can.
And she also writes back, again, no immediate danger. It just seems like they're getting in position.
Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up about the subterranean. I will know more in a few hours, and I'll write then. Do you have a question? Oh, I can't hear you. Lena. Oh, no, we can't hear you.
It's like we went from hands up to very loud, like apparent speaking, and I'm like, I got nothing.
Can you fucking hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
And see you.
And see.
this is Lena asking this, not
Yes.
Stormbringer, obviously, because Stormbringer doesn't know this is happening. But can you like ask Galway like how much the timetable has moved up? Like how long does she think we have till the Fire Nation attacks? If she had to guess.
Yeah, and I guess I would based on their new position or based on this new information, any estimate of when they'll be ready to attack?
Still figuring out how they're moving so quickly.
Okay.
Once I get that, I'll know a lot more.
Got it. Stay safe.
You as well, love.
Right back, love, and then stow that. I don't know if anyone else wants to have been doing a scene in this time.
Yeah,
so-
feel free. Yeah. Does anyone else want to converse with each other or talk to the vampires at all? Or right now, he's sort of opening the doors to the crypt. Clem, you feel like a buzzing in your head, almost like blood is sort of rushing quickly, sort of to your head, almost excitedly.
Is this your doing? I ask inside my head.
My doing? What am I doing? I'm working on a project.
Are you all excited right now?
I appreciate you coming to the crypts and honoring our agreement.
Yeah, this was definitely my plan. I planned for us to almost die with a bunch of rot trolls and then be saved by vampire bats and take it to the crypt. You're
Funny
welcome.
how things work out.
Could you maybe have a little bit less of weird blood arousal in my head, though? I'd appreciate it.
Wow. Sure, I'll do my best.
Hey, I
Think
chose
of-
my words carefully there,
I'll
okay?
think of stickball or something.
How fucking old are you? Jesus.
Very.
Stickball? Do you need a stick and a hoop as well?
What's a hoop?
God damn it.
I
Too
knew that was
advanced
going to
for
be
us.
the line.
As the vampire then opens the door, as Benediah opens the door, there are commoners, individuals that are kind of huddled together in areas, families that have put up makeshift tents and sleeping arrangements. The entrance to this giant crypt is housing maybe 60 people. And then beyond that, there's a few more doors that have gone up a few stairs. And then he's moving kind of to those doors as well.
Andy, just for my own tracking of it,
Yes.
when we lighted down and all of us could see the apparent river of lava.
Yeah.
That is, the Burbage would think this is the same thing that he saw in the distance from like the roof on Infidero, right? When he saw what seemed to be the fire army
Moving.
advancing.
It
yeah.
does seem similar.
Yeah.
Even to your eyes, it's a similar hue. It's not the hue of lava that has a lot more reds in it. This has a lot more yellow. And it feels that way. Yeah.
Okay.
So as we're moving sort of to the second door, because I don't think anybody else had like a scene they wanted to be doing,
Sure.
Charity will quickly.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually did. Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
So it's kind of dependent though a little bit on what Hikari's doing.
What is Hikari doing walking up this way?
Hikari's just waiting for the Batman to take her away. Right now, I'm just staying right there, just in case that has to be our like plan to
Exit.
get out real quick.
I got you. The bat people have sort of shrunk back into their sort of vampire spawn figures. But you're like hanging out kind of next to them, waiting. And again, Hikari, I think that sort of mind loop that you got lost in memories for a second there. It seems like you're concentrating a little harder, I think, to just kind of maintain your concentration on the here and now.
I think
Okey-doke.
like very awkwardly, Ire would say, the frog still croaks at night.
Ire, shut your damn mouth.
Oh, man. I thought after saving me and after that really good slap that I'm still feeling, I thought we were on okay terms. Like,
You know I don't like hearing about the frogs croaking at night.
but you were the one who said it to me first.
I know I was playing mind games with you. What?
Yeah, this all does very much read like you. And
Hold
then
on,
I think ours.
real quick, let me tell Darcy something. Sorry, go ahead.
How far is Ire from me?
About 10 feet away.
Okay.
Just kind of talking to you.
So I go from like kind of like angry, sassy all of a sudden to like I walk over to you and I give you a kiss on the cheek and I say, "Oh, Ire, I'm so sorry. You know me and my mood swings."
Yeah. I guess some things never change, huh? But earlier, you were not yourself. You were like lost in something. Like, I know a lot's been going on, but are you okay?
I keep slipping back into memories, but I think I'm okay because I'm still here. But I just keep slipping back into old memories, and then I don't know what's real and what's not. But what I do know is that we're together, and you're very much in love with me.
I feel like with the way this is timed out, you hear the like of Charity scribbling on the slate as the message just like
I think you're just gonna see a very unmistakably like Charity kind of expression of like concern is gonna appear on Ire's face, like not in like a I'm worried that, oh man, did we never actually cut things off. No, it's more like he is directly like worried about you, but you're not necessarily like, you might not necessarily pick up on that.
it's your has she had an aneurysm face.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I now have another whole different line of questions, but how long have you been with this ensemble? Like, has it been a while? Are you?
Yes, it's been a while. I don't know, how long has it been now? Like a couple years? A year?
Oh no, it's only been like 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay. Well, in D&D world, that
Indeed.
equals 40 years. So, no, I've been with them a couple of months, 3 or 4 months, and they've proven to me that they're family and that they're going to do whatever it takes for each other's sake. Beer.
Well, that is like 1 or 2 dog years, so that is a long time. Tell me, Charity, still kind of feels weird to say that. how do you feel about him now versus before?
You mean knowing that your father used him to kill me? Does Ira even know about that?
Yeah, Ire does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I meant after that. um, as in, like, during the lights in the dark, when we started dating.
Yeah.
At that time, Hikari, you knew Charity as Calorin, and that's a memory that is only recently resurfaced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're talking about your brother Calorin, right? I don't know the name Charity.
Again, you'll just hear
Yes.
another chalkboard.
I think it is kind of crystallizing in Ire's mind that maybe any insight he was hoping to glean is going to be a kind of labyrinthine mess right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Ren. Well, my dear, I'm going to go toss some stones into the ravine.
Sounds like fun.
And then I think he'll walk off.
Okay. Those of you going up the stairs, following the vampire, he opens the doors, and you move into an area that kind of curves around then to the right.
Is this supposed to be the way out?
It seems like he's taking you further into the crypt.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's there are again a few commoners that look like they're kind of hanging out with several vampires. Several of the vampire spawn. There's a kitchen that is working tirelessly, it seems, to make enough food for people. It's starting to get to like mid-afternoon, in which they're preparing dinner not too long from now. The path in this sort of circular room here branches into two sort of different directions, left and right, but at angles. And like as you're going through this, you're starting to kind of piece together in your head. There's it seems like these paths are carving a very kind of particular symbol almost in the rock itself as they're tunneling in these directions. It's hard to say, and you can't quite make out what it is, but you see symmetry here a lot. You start to kind of curve and pass around the corner, and then Ire, you hear, "Oh, I don't know about this. Maybe just don't go that way. Maybe we just move on. Tell your friends to move on. Don't need to mess with her. That's for sure."
I think Ire would message Cantrip to Charity. I'm getting a very, very sinking bad feeling about this, about her. I think we need to sit this one out. And Ire isn't even going to, at this point, he's turning around. Like, I don't think he's even waiting to see if other people come. I think he's just letting Charity know that he's sitting it out.
What are you sitting out specifically? Just going to see this
This woman, yeah.
As a question, Is Hikari coming with us or daisy chains? I'm a little concerned about how she's doing.
I'm going to go up to Ira and say, sweetheart, you have to come. You can't just leave me alone.
All of you hear this at this point. This isn't a private conversation anymore, and like, that's weird.
Charity is just like sort of from like behind Hikari. Just like, shit. Shit.
I'm again going to message Cantrip Charity and this is not my recollection of how even we were when we had the singular date. Something is wrong.
You're trying to get back. No shit, but good to know.
If you're not going to come, then I'm going to go ahead and go with them.
I really think you shouldn't, dear. In
I'm
fact,
trying to think here. What would Hikari do? Right now, Hikari would sit outside with Ire.
Okay.
I was like, in fact, I've got lots of booze ready if you want to just sit and have a drink.
Well, I'm definitely staying out here then. Cheers, everyone.
Clem is just gonna ask, why are we going in?
Think bad feeling about it. I think we need to go in and talk to her. She's our best lead. Or
yeah, my companion wants to go as well.
Oh, the brain companion wants to go deeper in the crypts. There's a shock.
Yeah.
Ire, you hear in your head a second.
That's weird. What's up with Hikari? What the fuck's going on there?
I also feel that Charity's now like looking at Clem, who's like, oh yeah, the voice in my head says we should go further in here. Like,
yeah.
Benediah, who's happily leading us forward. Hikari, who's just a middle schooler?
Making daisy chains.
Ire, who's getting a bad feeling about this, and then like looks at the slate in his hand. He's just like, oh god.
Remember, the voice in my head is helpful now. We have a deal.
Actually, I'm making a mixtape.
Oh my god. Of course you are. Again, the voice in your head, Ire, like it's filled with a little bit of apprehension. And you hear,
Wait, who are you with? I'm hearing there's things in people's heads. What? Explain exactly who your companions are at this moment.
Andy, do I need to have like, is it a telepathic connection, or do I need to have a silence? You know, do I need to be in like a space away from everyone to really communicate back?
No, you can actually in your head speak with him.
Oh hey, ha! Look, guess what, y'all? I have a head companion too. Ooh.
Is Ire saying?
Did Ire say that?
No. That's me. That's
I was,
me.
I was like, I'm like, at this, Charity is just gonna like sit on the ground holding the slate.
I'm sorry. What was the question? Oh, right. I have to tell.
With?
I have to tell Ponway stuff. Yeah, I mean, I would. I assume that like that night, outside of the prison, that I had kind of let him know, like, hey, vaguely these people have freed me,
Sure.
and I know that from that night, I knew that they were looking for him, and he did not yet want to reveal himself.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would get him up to speed on the Hikari's mental state. And hey, we are still in the mountains and inside of this dwarven city where there happens to also be a crypt that we are now.
I hear. Who's the dude that keeps talking? There's. I recognize Stormbringer, I recognize Bourbon, and I recognize Hikari, but there's like someone else, not the one with the thing in her head. Who's that?
Not the one with the thing in her head. There's a
Yeah.
Is he talking about Benediah?
It doesn't seem so. It's weird. Like when Charity kind of started speaking a few times, this seems to be what like all of a sudden he's like questioning. But you explained to him last time who all you were with, and including your brother, I assume.
Yes.
So you're not exactly sure what's happening here.
I think now Ire is going to be more explicitly concerned and would like upon this conversation with Honway, I think I think Ire would, yeah. Ire's gonna message Cantrip Charity. Whatever's happening to Hikari, I think it's happening to me, and it's getting worse.
You think you're still dating her?
No, but I think I'm losing
You're buying
things.
trip pants again? What are you losing?
And then he's gonna just kind of look around, and I think he would glance at whoever is nearest to him that isn't Hikari, and you know that Ire knows is a member of the family, but
Sure.
But then he would say like I don't know who that is, and whoever is nearest him. Who is that?
So I think Burbage would probably be nearest you. And who are you asking about specifically? Charity?
Yeah, I sorry.
Are you asking about Charity? You don't know who Charity is, or
no? He's saying
no, as in I don't know who Burbage is.
Oh,
he's trying to pick the person closest to him to deflect this on to Charity, still speaking through message.
Gotcha.
Weirdly, this is going to trigger an insight check, but I'm trying not on a I think he's lying, but in a what is going on? Like, what is his state? Does he still seem pretty level? Though it might also have the effect of resulting in, are we lying? 10.
Good. I don't think you can exactly tell what's sort of going on here. You feel that there is a confusion, but but Ire's also very with it at the same time. Like, he shouldn't be confused. He seems very normal in a lot of different ways here. And like, as you're sort of thinking about that, the doors like go open to this sort of central area of this crypt. And there's a woman who's speaking with a few other individuals in this room. And as they see you come in, their conversation is done. They begin to exit. These seem to be two female vampires. One who looks a lot older, with like graying hair and wrinkles, and then the other one who seems 20s, 30s, though both quite striking. And you hear her, "Oh yes, come in, come in. How is everyone?"
It's not a striking voice, Andy.
My companions were striking. I'm just old. And you see this short, like ancient woman who carries a book on her back with chains wrapped around it, and her the sort of mantles of the high priest of Ryn that you'd see. She hasn't given that up necessarily, it seems. And she beckons you in. She's been making tea sort of over a fire in the corner.
Charity's so close to just sitting down and crying. Charity be like, does anything, and I will let you answer this one, Andy, with the fact that Ire seems very with it, but says that he doesn't sort of remember Burbage. Does Charity find anything in this given Ire's state of allegiances, etc., up until now? Does any of this make Charity suspicious? Or like,
I don't think so exactly. It's just a bit much. It's just a bit confusing at the moment.
And that's okay.
Like you feel there's a puzzle here, and you're just missing pieces entirely. Yeah.
Charity will sort of be like, I guess you stay Akari making this tape, and we'll go talk and try to figure this out and then be back.
And then he just takes a swig of one of his potion bottles.
Okay. So the two of you, Ire and Akari, you sit on sort of the steps leading up to this area. These doors then close as well. The rest of you are in this room with this ancient old woman. And it was weird, but Charity, you thought Ire was going to wait outside, but like I guess he decided to come in with you. And she begins immediately. "Oh, friends, I've seen your coming."
Wait, Hikari and Ire went in before the doors closed?
Nope.
Okay, just be checking.
Yeah. "I've seen your coming. I am good at these sorts of things. Burbage, I believe. Snow Mountain Baller, but I don't know if that's really your name.
It is, yeah.
Orange, but I don't know if that's your name either.
It is, yeah.
And Charity, though you have also been called different things in your life. Calorin, the death spell, son of the devil in some circles. Now, I believe you're here to help, though the tricky thing is, I'm not really able to see much further beyond this. In fact, I've sort of not been able to see beyond this at all. Friends, what exactly are you here to do? If you're here to help, great. If you're not, I don't mind roasting you over a fire.
But you're a vampire. You don't eat meat.
No, but we do need to feed a lot of people.
Oh, okay,
It's
that makes
fine.
sense.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Just like cannibalism is a treat.
In fact, it's so fine. We will be very happy treating these people to a lovely meal, and then we'll get on the road, as my good friend Benediah is about to tell me. Actually, yeah, I was about to say, but there seems to be the army coming in from down below. We should probably get going. And she goes, yes, isn't this a much better solution? Save who you can, travel deep beyond Federo, and then we find our way out. It's so much fucking better than freezing the whole fucking city. And at this, Ire goes, I object! You now see the visage of Ponway standing in the place of Ire, who must have slipped in as Ire and Hikari wait outside. The robes that he is wearing, a deep purple this time. He no longer carries the book. On his shoulder sits a small monkey.
My plan is perfect. There are people that are just...
And then he kind of looks to the rest of you.
If you had stuck with Charity, no, none of this would have happened. You would have brought me another flower. It would have been fine. Oh, just everything is fucked up. Pardon my language.
And she goes, oh, this is about to be interesting. Fuck, why can't I see beyond this?
Followed me where?
Charity. Follow Charity. I gave Charity a very specific task.
Do you mean the bard?
The bard? No. I think he was...
Who
what
do
was
you
it?
think I
He was
am?
a warlock of some sort, I think. He beholden to Behelit.
Yeah, I was.
Sir, I don't know you from Adam.
She has wandered over to grab the tea off of the kettle that she's been sort of brewing and is just sitting now, taking a sip, watching this.
There is still time. We can repair the flowers that have... maybe if I could find one more quickly enough, we could freeze the city before anything bad happens.
That kills people!
Sort of momentarily, but they're frozen. It's like a massive a gentle repose spell of sorts on them.
That requires someone to resurrect them.
Yes, it would take a bit of time to resurrect the city of Federa, but they would live at that point. Burbage, who is this man who speaks to me thusly? Does he know that I am Ponway, High Priest of Ryn? Formerly High Priest of Ryn.
I don't know what's going on here. That's Charity.
Charity Ire's brother. The one, Ire that you've been traveling with. He has a brother. You had set out with him?
I'm sorry, who the fuck is this guy?
I apologize, Madam Clem. You probably don't know me, though I've heard of you. I am Ponway Elvor, High Priest of Ryn, second class herbologist.
You're the jackass we've been looking for. Give us the stuff that we need.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot also. Like, what a convoluted plan. Like, shit.
Do we still need something from him? Now that he's here, can we just take it from him?
Yeah,
hey, can you give us the stuff
we gotta ask him.
Give us the stuff, please.
Give us the stuff, please.
A stick purse? Oh my god, you're in my head.
Yeah, give us... No, it's not the stick purse. You were in the stick purse. Give us the barbecue sauce or something. I forget what...
What the fuck is
We've really lost the plot. Charity, please remind us what the actual thing is.
Are
know
you
what the code
also
word
named
is.
Charity? This is so confusing.
You gave
Listen,
me.
we were talking to you, but we're not talking to you right now. So just hold on.
I'm gonna look
Please,
at
I can't believe this.
what's her name, Madam
Worf.
Lydia?
Lydia Worf.
Lydia Worf. The fuck?
Smoked barbecue.
Not that. I know what that is. The fuck is wrong with him? Well, okay, wait. More specifically, why doesn't he remember me?
He remembers you, but he doesn't associate you with you. I mean,
Wait.
You see him casting a spell. Do you allow it?
Yeah.
Zone
Do
of
we
Truth.
trust this motherfucker?
He casts Zone of Truth over the area.
Please, if you don't mind failing. Resistance to this. I need to get at something very particular.
I will voluntarily fail because I assume he was mostly directing it at me.
Okay. Anyone else voluntarily fail, or does anyone try to resist?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, I got nothing to hide.
yeah,
Burbage? You do, yeah.
Mhm.
He sort of looks around.
Burbage. Is that the charity that you left with? The ones that we met that first night in my office? Is that the same charity?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
This is deeply concerning. Why is it that I can't remember you?
You probably just have dementia because you're so old.
No,
That's probably also why
it's-
you came up with a really bad plan.
No, it's beyond that. It's,
And at this, the woman kind of cackles. What the fuck do you remember?
Boundway, you bastard! This is hilarious. Do you remember what happened when they came for you in your office that night? I resisted Yizek. He knew of my plan. He knew of the flowers. There's a block. There's a magical block. And
you see him like spinning in his hand some like ethereal sort of just like raw mana as he's almost trying to manipulate his brain in a very specific way to try to break through something, and he's failing. And she goes,
Oh my dear, they got you. They got you. You nearly died. They blasted you out of the sky. They fucked with your memory, old man. Why did they make you forget this one?
and as if answer to that question, Hakari, as you're sitting there trying to slowly hold hands,
Yes.
as you're sitting there trying to hold hands a little bit with Ire,
Yes.
the two of you see a line in space that just vroom,
Like in front of us?
as if space itself sort of tears back for a moment.
Okay.
Stepping through this portal, Hakari, you see a well-dressed, well-tailored, handsome with dark features, a black beard covering most of his face, but it's not really scraggly. A line of messed up sort of hair hiding some horns in it, but you can see them peeking out. walking with a giant scimitar at its side. And you see him kind of crick his neck in a way that you've seen Charity do 100 times. Ire, you saw your father just step out of a portal. And he doesn't make eye contact with you. He simply raises a hand. The doors blast off their hinges, bouncing around the room a little bit. Ponway wheels around, and the rest of you see Tom. Black Tom, Charity's father. And he slowly steps up the stairs. Oh. Looks like you're all here. I'm sorry for what's about to happen. And he looks at you, Charity. I'm happy the old man laid eyes on you finally. That made the torture of your brother, or rather yourself, a bit worth it. I knew he wasn't going to give you up, and I hate him for it. And he sort of like reaches up, pulls what looks to be like a cloth that for a second ago was just simply reality. Whoosh. And there, hanging by chains, is Calorin. It seems like he found him. And he's floating next to him. Now, boy, let's leave this nonsense. Come with me. And he takes that scimitar out of his side, tosses it, clang, 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 onto the ground. Come to me, my sword. Let's finish what I began in you.
I pull out my sword.
At a shing that you, as you pull it out,
Yeah.
he wheels on you. A blast of energy, fire mostly, but also something deep, something horrible, something from the very hells itself blasts into you, Hikari, and you slam up against the wall. The wall of solid rock in the middle of the earth begins to crumble. And the last thing you see before you go unconscious is the rock falling in front of you, burying you, Hikari. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Unless you got like one tiny little bit of flavor. Yeah,
I would say at that,
please,
as you've seen him just sort of like reach up and pull reality apart like cloth repeatedly, there is a crackling noise. Charity's fire doesn't erupt out. It is as if reality breaks and the cracks fill with flames. Yeah. Guess I'm going to kill you again.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. The arrival of Charity's father. Oof, 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 oof. Lot happened tonight, friends. Thank you so much for playing. I know everyone's exhausted, and I know sick and everything, but you did so well. Thank you so much. Next time's gonna be wild. Scary level fight. Just kind of letting everyone know. if you choose to fight, unless maybe Charity decides to go be his sword. That'd be great too. That's all we're gonna have tonight.
I'm going to play football with his head.
That's all we're gonna have for tonight, friends. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for playing. Hey everyone, we love you. Take care of yourselves. Find people that love you and you can be around, and just take care of yourselves, everyone. Until next time, we love you. Good night.
Good night.
Lonely she walks down beside the green river. My lady she was, and I bend my knee. One divine, my seraph, my heart to deliver. She gives me a small flower that I call Doom Lily. I love so completely, so true and so sweetly. But know that our story is so short, it must be. Every time that you show me that blue and white flower, remember